As we look to Vision 2040, some people have told us, talk about the implementation of Kampala City's great plan, the master plan. Why is it never implemented? We plant grass here, then after a month we realize, but this grass should not be here. We dig the grass, we put fiber cables, then we realize, but those fiber cables were not the right ones. We remove the fiber cables, we put water pipes.
Water pipes, humps.
Yes, then we put humps on top of the water pipes. Why don't we implement things as they are supposed to be? I got an opportunity to travel to Kigali, and they have put the master plan of Kigali in the city, and every building is going up one by one.
And then they let a building like Mapera come up and it's beautiful. Then they're like, now they're going to put it down. Where were you when it was being built?
Yes. I'm here afraid that the church house may also experience that because it's being built.
Then
and
after when
they'll
it's done, they'll say,
you're
leaving us Minibuzz. First give people an opportunity to talk.
And I'll get right into it. You have seen these things happen. One of the things that actually sparked off this debate is they put up very beautiful, it's like a flower or a bush in quotes around internal affairs. Then after they said they are now going to work on that road starting August. What's your
okay, my perception is okay, I'm looking at what takes place at home. Husband and wife, they always say, what do we do this day, on this week, or this month? Okay, then they kind of put the things together in a paper.
Yes.
So after that, they see which one comes first, which one is easy, which one is hard, which one needs more money, which one needs little money, which one can we attack first. Okay, so you find that after seeing that we can attack this one first, they go with that. Okay, following the list until they come to the end. Okay, now here I'm looking at bureaucracy. We have too much bureaucracy in the city, which is making the city rot. You have a beautiful idea, but because of my personal reasons, because of conflict of interest, I rubbish you.
Right.
Because I have something good. I want to benefit. I want to benefit. I want my children to go to Harvard University. So I have to chew that thing by initiating this project, and I claim for 5 billion.
But then with Bagamba, you know, with age comes a lot of intelligence. How was it then? Was Uganda as disorganized as it is today? Were things better that you would not find trenches in the middle of the road, highway, pipe? Was it like that? How are things done better?
But I think he raised a very good point. Who plans? And you know from our history, you plan and that is his plan. So regime plan. So whichever regime comes on, won't say this is ours, that is different. Whose is it? So as I talk now, I don't even know whether there is a master plan. I've never seen it. So as you said, maybe it's better to show people that they know, oh, this is what we should look like, so that you are inspired. But once the plan is underground, then somebody imagines, says, oh, what is he doing now? Whose plan is this? So really, he made a good point, because we must have which authority is planning, and it's not planning for the regime, it's planning for the country. And what is the future, what is the vision, where do we want to go? You go to Malaysia and all over the place, they know we're congested, so you begin to develop a different system.
Right.
So those are the kind of issues.
Right.
How long did it take to have the bypass? That kind of thing. So definitely the challenge is, how do we look at our development programs as a country?
We got an opportunity to speak to Daniel Kanuwira, who is an architect. And let's take a look at what, in his view, is the reason why Kampala never seems to get it right.
A well-planned city ideally should be, you know, there's a concept about the road versus the building. They are equally important, but the road, like the space that you allocate to the public vis-a-vis, because it affects you as a person. If you focus a lot on your own building and less on the public facilities, then your building loses value. And yet if they are equally regarded, then That is what a well-planned city should be. The planning in our city has not been comprehensive enough. First of all, we need to acknowledge that Kampala was designed for the white man. It was designed as an agri-collection center and not for the commercial use that we're using it for right now. So the idea, what should ideally be done is to expand the city outward. If you see cities like Beijing, Shanghai, you try to create concentric circles around an existent city so that you disperse the chaos in the center of the city. There are two major reasons why plans in Kampala are not implemented as they should be. One is the sociological factor. We need to acknowledge that less than 2% of the world's population is educated. So most of the people who are building in Kampala have come with a certain mentality which does not facilitate city life. But also another thing is political will. For example, when UNRWA is designing roads, they need to be in touch with national water, they need to be in touch with Umeme, they need to be in touch with the fiber optic guys so that they provide certain channels to allow that. Otherwise, if UNRWA does it alone, then Umeme comes and does it alone, then these guys alone, that's what leads to all this confusion. The law says that you should build, say, 6 meters away from the road, to leave that as road reserve for walkways and services. Then you decide to build 2 or 1 meter away from the road. Then it is your own fault for having built there, and the state it is their role to come and demolish you.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, to me, I would say Kampala to be on the standards of, I would relate Kampala to Dubai because we have been for the last 3 years.
Yes.
It's very hard to let Kampala to be like Dubai.
Hey.
And it will be a nightmare. Even if you organize church service, you call all the pastor and the sheikhs, it will be a nightmare. Yeah. The only way you can develop this city is by transferring this city of Kampala going to be to other districts like Mukono, to plan for it, replan.
Like get a field and then say now this is a city.
Otherwise you will not. Like now, the whole thing is going to do with corruption. You see the contractors. Let me let you as to Dubai.
Yes.
In Dubai, that's why you see it developing every day, night and day. Is that there is no corruption. When a contractor comes to the president, who's His Highness Makutum Muhammad. He says, I have a deal, or there is something I want to set up. Take example of this tall building.
Burj Khalifa.
That's a Burj Khalifa. The contractor came and started to bring a deal. He said, please, if I could construct the tall building and the apartments of maybe 165, because it has 165, it will be bring the income of maybe each apartment will be $100,000. How do you check on that? He said, okay, it's like that. Okay, so okay, it's fine. When he says it's fine, he tells you, give me the contract, I will call you.
Yes.
In that 1 week, the Makutumu goes and consults his chief advisors, the cabinet. He said in 5 years.
Is it feasible?
Yeah.
Is it realistic?
So they talk about it, they discuss it.
He said, okay, go and call him. Then the Makutumu calls the man. He said, now, you said $1,000 billion. You will do this work. Is this money enough for you? Because he doesn't want you to live there. It need to be enough for you. He said, enough. Okay, so okay. Now I'm going to provide for you a house free, a vehicle free, everything free. Then bring your family here. Reason, you will not leave Dubai until you are finished.
Wow.
Until you build the house.
Yeah. If you are good maybe 3 years and you are left with 6 months or 7, go to him and say, please, can you give me 1 to 2 months?
Hey.
Otherwise.
Prior.
Otherwise.
Yes, otherwise you not live.
Right. What is the Kampala you want to see? Kampala.
Everyone admires to stay in a nice place, in a beautiful city. Like he has talked about Dubai and the rest of the things, and Malaysia, things look superb. I too, as a citizen of Uganda, I love to see Kampala look a very nice city, and beautiful, and and I still go back to my point, and I relate to what Musa said. We need to have a plan, and really plan that this road from here to Jinja should be like this, and it should be on a paper. like this,
Proof.
so that even if this government goes, our next government will come and study how was this plan made, and if they see that it's satisfactory, they implement on it. You understand? Because
but also, how are you going to reconcile all these things?
I think the idea of sitting on round table for them to resolve their issues could be a better deal. In that, however much that there is a new government, even the opposition should try to come along with the government such that they should have a centric plan of what the city should look like and what all the roads should be. Because today we'll give someone money to construct a road, they will use little money, construct something very small. The other day they will see when it's not generally the good city, they will demolish it, put the pipes as you've said, and the other day we shall have something very disorganized. But for one thing I know, for one to be organized, they should have a plan, they should sit on round table, discuss all their issues and resolve them, try to come along with each other and settle their issues personally or even physically when we see like through the courts and what, and then we shall have something centric to base on such that we could have a developed city and a developed Uganda, of course.
Talking of something centric, I'll go back to what Brian had said, putting the plan on City Square, so that everyone knows. If they find you putting a container where there's supposed to be grass for sitting, they're like, well, usually what is wrong with you? So that everyone knows what is going on. Yes.
Well, there's one thing that I want us to highlight, and is eating our country to the ribs. Well, I don't want to talk about corruption because it's becoming too much. This guy is a very good contractor, very professional man. And you are there, you are gambling. You have got a company, but you have got no skills. This man has got a company, but he has all the skills required to implement a road, a city. He's a very good architect. But for you, you're gambling, you have a company. And because you have somebody in the ministry who's big, he says, this is my daughter. Give her the contract. Sign her the contract. But in actual sense, this is the man who is supposed to do the work. Yeah, look at the way we are suffering. Dot services is making trash in the east. Soroti, Tororo, Mbale Road is because of dot services.
One of the things that I was really annoyed about when I think Seya is the one who did this, yaleta ku dustbins, but people used to steal dustbins. Netutandika n'okusiba dustbin enjegere. How can we do that in a developed city? Because it's shameful. This was a new. Now initially British colonialists had planned the city for about 500,000 people. Obviously now, plan is to go to Kampala to earn something.